Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Sen, your executive producer, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. Particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Jerry and Alexander, Samantha Bates, and L, without whom we wouldn't do nearly as many things we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Coyote and Crow Tales from the Mizizibi. I am William or Shawnee, and I am your story guide for this Coyote and Crow saga. And joining me today, we have Julia.
Hi, my name's Julia, and I'm playing Woya, the Path of the Coyote Tinkerer.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Tawasikik, the Path of the Salmon Seeker.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Nadi, who is a Path of the Falcon Seeker.
And Sen.
I'm Sen, and I'm playing Zen, the spirit man of the Eastern Trails, also known as the Path of the Wolf Warrior.
And Hollow.
Hi, I am playing Tala, who is still upset that she doesn't have her own merch. She is
I reiterate, you don't want to see the merch they have of you.
she is a Path
Maybe she
of the
does.
Falcon Whisperer. She
Look,
doesn't have plush or action figures.
If I had someone making a homemade sex doll of me, I would want to know
Oh.
about it. That's
Yeah. So
I mean, it would be nice to know who to burn with fire. So
hey,
I
that
would.
that is a marketplace niche that just needs further penetration.
Let me
Oh,
refer.
seriously?
Not a good
I knew
enough
it-
reason for penetration.
Yeah, not a good enough reason to say penetration. That said, I'm wrong. I would not want to set it on. I would not want to set them on fire. I would want to make them give me a cut,
Exactly. Exactly.
or set them on fire and then take all of it.
I'm gonna say, not a cut. You get it all.
Just instead of
Or I set them on fire.
instead of fuck you, pay
Why
me,
not
it's
both?
fuck me, pay me.
Because if I set them on fire, then I have to administer and manage it.
Yeah, no, I would much rather have somebody else handling all the day-to-day minutia
fair.
of my sex toy business.
Yes, exactly.
Just give me a cut. You keep you know, we'll be nice and reasonable, 70-30, 70 my way. Considering it's my likeness. And yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, believe women, happy Wrath Month, and also Disability Awareness Month.
Yep.
I would like if the people in charge of disability insurance were more aware of disabilities on disability month.
Fair.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Be real nice.
Did you know that if you have severe enough ADHD, it qualifies as a debilitating disorder that you can get disability insurance for?
So does anxiety and depression.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's very hard to do that paperwork because they don't want people with ADHD to take advantage of these services.
And in the past 24 hours, has anyone earned a notable spot in the Book of Grudges, Jeremy?
In the past 24 hours, no, not really.
Just the entire Supreme
And
Court.
fuck. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
Fuck that Star Wars discussion Twitter account that trashes all Disney Star Wars and then made their own AI Star Wars show.
Fucking what? Okay.
Yeah,
I
fucking
imagine,
Star Wars theory. They're great.
I imagine that probably isn't panning out well for them.
No, no, it's not.
You come for the mouse, you've made a mistake.
Yeah,
You come for the
It
mouse,
don't-
get the noose.
it don't matter whether you hit or not. You're fucked.
Yeah, no, that's like you come for the mouse, you made a mistake. Just ask Ron DeSantis.
And as always, the thing that I do specifically for this game, Coyote and Crow is a game that is. Oh, also, this stream is powered by Sirenscape. Before I get into that,
I was wondering if you're gonna remember.
And yeah, as I always do for this particular game, Coyote and Crow is a game created by native voices for everyone, but also in particular for native voices. And although many of us in this game do have native heritage and are using this game to sort of explore some of that, none of us were actually raised in native culture. And we should not be taken as any kind of authoritative voice on this game, this setting, or native culture as a general whole. I do not expect this game will look anything like a game that would be run by native individuals. So with that,
Oh, also, the creators of this game have a Kickstarter out now for an expansion
yep.
on their setting
oh yes, very
Called-
much.
Ahutico, I think.
Yes.
Am I saying that right? Hopefully.
Maybe
Close-ish.
it's horror themed.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Yeah. So yeah, if this game intrigues you at all, or the setting as a whole intrigues you, go ahead and check out the Kickstarter for the expansion to it. I'm excited for that. But when last we left off, our Koliso of Suyata were making preparations for a trip outside the bounds of Cahokia to the east, north and east, into the realms of Harunosani, to find. I hope one of you wrote the name of that town down because I definitely did not.
We don't have a
There it
notes
is.
document.
How do you guys? Hey.
And there's no note. And there. Funnily enough, one of the things that's missing on the character sheet is a notes section.
Here is your party notes document.
I
I found it though. It's
Okay.
Haskanita. Touch. And so you plan to make your way to the town of Haskanitach to meet the elder there, known as Wasti, to try and ask some more information about. Put those names back in the Roll20 chat just so that people can take notes.
Thank you. Now that we have the ability to do so.
To try and investigate the potential location where Liv's stasis pod had been found, to see if there is any more evidence or information that can be gleaned about what happened to that ship and the rest of the crew. With that in mind, the group is making preparations for their infiltration of Harunosani because they have elected that it would be more detrimental to their goals to alert Harunosani to their presence and their goals, with the idea that they might start to close ranks around that information if they find out that's what we're looking for. Which is fair. There have been high tensions between all of the various nations, and that if that is your primary concern, that is definitely one worth taking into consideration.
And we already had one family in Cahokia that didn't want to cooperate regarding it.
Yeah. But while preparations for that are being made, two people that are in this general group have been kind of busy elsewise, because Liv and Tawasikik have been making preparations for. I have forgotten the name of this race that I definitely gave a name to. But it was a memorial race for
Yeah.
someone whose name I
Like a
cannot remember.
retirement. Yeah. I don't think I don't have their name written down.
A member of the council is retiring, and I cannot remember which one.
Is it one of the ones that done fucked up?
No.
Okay.
It might have been Niankawa. I do not remember. But in either way, there's a memorial race for one of the council members because they are
Councilor
retiring from the
Absiday.
council. And there is this particular race is taking place across the western end, or sorry, the southern end of Cahokia. In particular, passing over the council building in its race pattern. And with that in mind, while the vast majority of the group are making their preparations, the day of the race is fast approaching. Tawasikik, what does your preparation for this race look like?
It's a lot of just practicing kind of I think Tawasikik had like a system kind of before this. She and names of people that I should have looked up before at this point. She and her previous partner would have had kind of like signaling shortcuts and things like that, I feel like, for kind of keeping things in balance as you kind of go through the race. So getting Liv up to speed on that and trying to like figure out where that needs to be adapted. Oh, yeah. I think is the main thing, and getting her out on like practice with this, because she's used to vehicles but not used to this kind of vehicle, I'm assuming. So kind of doing a lot of that. I think it's very like deliberately focused on the other person involved in this, because she doesn't want to think about things. That's painful. So yeah, it's basically, I think she's more in the air than not, as much as possible, basically.
All right. So, while you are making those preparations, at one point, Zin shows up at the warehouse where you're performing the maintenance and mechanical adjustments for your submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And as Liv notices him approaching, she's Zin is probably here to talk to you, she says, as she gets back to work on adjusting some things in the sunwing.
Oh. Okay. What? As I slide out from underneath like my hands.
Like leaning over you on your like, I imagine you're like on one of those like rollers, like
roller, yeah,
or
yeah,
in this
yeah.
case like a Yutsu sled that lets you go in now.
Uh-huh.
I dangle over your head in front of your eyes a small figure.
What is that?
Johnny, could you describe what it looks like again?
It looks like a small effigy of Zin. It's not super detailed because it was just like made out of like plant matter and materials and like strapped together and then painted with the likeness of Zin. But
And it's definitely wearing like the outfit of a Kitawagian trail defender rather than what Zin normally wears.
Okay.
So
are you going into doll making?
No. So the person that sold the item, gesturing towards Liv, to the council family, apparently had this on his like cart of eccentricities. Apparently, people out east have started referring to me as the spirit man of the Eastern Trails, and they make these for good luck. And it kind of works because it is spiritually active.
Congratulations. See, I told you. You're not bad luck.
I wanted to give it to you. Because I know you've been dealing with a lot, particularly around this, and I hope that if it is good luck, maybe it'll help you out there.
Oh. She kind of takes it and looks at it. It's gonna kind of poke a little bit. Does it have movable arms and stuff? Is it
Faintly, but it's not like
movable
it's
limbs?
articulated. It's just that
Okay.
like
I
the
don't know.
plant matter is kind of flexible.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a straw doll, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
Got it. Gonna sort of make one of the arms move and just sort of give a little wave. She's staring down at it like I think it's hard to see her expression from this angle, I imagine, because she's laid back down and is like sort of crunched up a little bit. And then she's gonna sort of side back at you. You need to start making some accessories for it. Sort of like a little stew pot,
I'll sign back.
some rice.
I'll work on it.
Okay. Good. It's a great marketing.
Yeah, I just wanted. I can't be up there with you while you're racing, but I figured maybe. Are you okay?
Yes. I had a brilliant idea. Carry on.
I figured maybe this could be up there for me.
Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna go before your brilliant idea attacks me.
Bye.
Let me know if you need anything,
Yes.
and I'll take off.
Okay, I have something urgent I need to do.
Okay, so what are you up to now?
Which is, my brother is a shirt designer.
Uh-huh.
I want this image on shirts
Okay.
of this little doll.
How many shirts are you looking for?
Well, one for all of us. Clearly, we need to have like sort of the Disney
So 6
family.
counting Liv.
Yeah.
Then you have made a horrible, horrible mistake.
I have made the best decision of the entire game.
And I think it's just some like it's sort of double that number, just so we have some spares to give out. I feel like that would really be useful. Just a small batch.
I'm making my cousin happy. I could do no better, no greater thing in the world.
I have to ask.
Yep. So I'm
I'm
gonna go ask Tins.
Are you because I'm sure this exists in some form or other, because the amount of entertainment and fashion and ideas that go into these kinds of things.
Mhm.
Are you deciding to get a t-shirt cannon?
Ooh. Oh.
Please, a t-shirt sling.
Yes, t-shirt sling.
Yes. Goodness, then I feel like we need a lot more. That's like a whole order.
Yeah, just like
Ooh.
because like the augmented clothing is very common, and like entertainment and stuff like that is very common. I feel like it's not a long stretch to say that
No,
someone's
yeah, this
figured out
totally
how to
this
sling
totally tracks.
bits of cloth.
Yeah. Um, ooh, no, but that is definitely an idea for next time. I feel like having one more, like, because one of us is gonna like there's the piloting, and then also in these races, from my understanding, there's usually like a skill thing kind of going on, like trying to like hit a target or pick up like flags or something like that.
Yeah, based
think
on your
that's-
understanding, your
yeah.
goal is to not just be the fastest going around the route, but also to score the most points by passing through moving objects. They're like floating rings, essentially.
I don't know.
I do
I
like.
could get someone in
I
the
do
crowd
like the
to do it though.
idea of you using a t-shirt cannon as a weapon, like as a Suyata, just like shooting t-shirts with my face on them at people.
I would like to get that process started. I think I'm going to talk to Woya about it. You do design stuff. I don't know. Technology.
Well, yeah, we need a high-powered t-shirt cannon. What can you do?
Hey, Woya. Hey, Woya. Hey. It's very late at night when I come find you.
All right. You do this thing that I don't understand. It must be t-shirt cannon. Can you help me with it?
How can I help you, Tawasigik?
So I'm the race is in a couple days. But did Zin show you? And I'm gonna like pull out the doll.
Yeah,
and at this point I've got like a little like stand for it. I've got like a little stand with a mount to like mount on one of the struts on the Sunwing, I think. Because I'm putting it on there.
I don't think it was that elaborate when I saw it last, but yeah, I was there when he got it.
I'm gonna yeah. I'm getting t-shirts made.
As you do. Okay.
And I was wondering, because I think we've been practicing, and I think it would throw off the balance to add it to my Sunwing. But like sometimes in the races, people will like throw out stuff for their team or that type of thing. It helps with the like getting your name out there and stuff.
All right.
Would you be interested in just sort of sneaking a slingshot thrower or some sort of throwing thing to just sort of spread them out? I did order quite a lot.
I can take a look, I guess. I don't really have a lot of free time between training, building the underwater skimmer we've got going, and also working off a debt.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. I'll go ask Nadi.
Sorry, I couldn't be more help.
Thanks.
Good luck. That is going to be hilarious.
This kind of thing is very simple. You could probably make one in an hour.
Tawasigik.
Yeah?
I will get it done first thing in the morning. I can throw something together.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't worry. I got you.
Which now makes it sound like the threat of getting Naughty to do manual labor is what prompted Woya into action.
I mean, it's fair. It would have been way too much.
I'll get Naughty to do it. Hold on. Come back here.
Okay.
What do we say in this house? We don't get Naughty to do anything. Right, we don't get Naughty to do anything.
Wow. But yeah, I'll swing by your place tomorrow morning. Drop it off?
Sure.
Or okay. Or I guess I will just drop over. Where do you keep your Sunwing?
At the Firefly Club and she'll describe how you get to it
Okay.
more.
All right. Yeah, I will. I'll go install it around noon.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm going to go smoke and pass out.
Sounds like a plan.
Have a good one.
Enjoy. Tausi is gonna go back to practicing, etc. And then actually because I don't want it on. No, we'll try it. This'll work. This'll work. This'll work totally fine. I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Getting ready for this race.
All right.
Get a t-shirt cannon.
Warrior, go ahead and give me a crafting roll. Or a science roll, whichever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll
Beautiful.
do science because crafting is not my strong suit. Science, however, I got in spades.
There you go. Nice.
It does not take long. This isn't even really a complicated thing to build. You just sort of design a quick GAT design and just hand it to your father, and he's got it printed in an hour.
Beautiful. Yeah, so she'll do that first thing and then go attach it to their Sunwing.
Excellent.
Just like build like an easy handheld thing with like a magnetic latch, so you can just clip it to the bottom of a thing if need be, and then interface it with a control system.
Yes.
Or you can just carry it by hand, whichever is preferred.
I think, yeah, magnetic clip sounds good.
So that you can have the main gun of your Sunwing fire t-shirts. Practice continues. Both for the race and for the mission. Speaking of which, Naughty, when last we left off with you, you had been making a training regimen plan that had not only been well thought out, it had been so well thought out that it caught the attention of a bunch of other Suyata in the barracks, and they were all getting interested in taking part in this training regimen.
Mm-hmm.
That's delightful.
It's not.
So many Suyata are going to be wearing the t-shirts that Tawasiki has made. But it's before we leave.
So, how is Naughty handling that sudden influx of people decidedly paying attention to them? and
Not
their work?
well, Bob.
Please. Bob is my father. Bobbert to my friends.
I feel like at first, like it was a
Somebody's
small group of people,
watching.
that was one thing. When it starts to grow, I think that they just take the plans. They have their own plans, obviously, or their own copy, but take the plans, literally just shove it into whoever's doing the best outside of our group's hands, and it's like, all right, you're in charge of these people, and I walk off. Now I have to find somewhere else to stay.
Is Tala there? Because she was there, right?
Yeah.
All right, she'll follow after Naughty.
Yep.
You become popular in the barracks, and thus you no longer can stay in the barracks.
Only half paying attention, seeing Naughty walk away.
Yep.
She will follow. What What's happening? What's wrong?
Oh, no, nothing. Everything's fine. I just, there's a lot of people in there,
Yeah, you're becoming
and
popular.
and they were, yeah. Somebody else can handle that part of the training. I'm just looking, just the training for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you take care of that. Whoever it was I handed it to, they legitimately don't even know who they handed it to.
Yep.
And we can focus on us. So that way we don't get distracted.
Naughty, would you like to finish this at my place?
I look back at the barracks. Okay.
There's not a ton of people at my place. I mean, sometimes my brother and sister. That's it.
Sure. Okay.
Naughty, uncomfortable being perceived.
Aha! And certainly uncomfortable being in charge of anyone in any way, in any capacity.
It seems like the other Suyata who have been around you occasionally and like have sort of gotten a bit of your vibe, so to understand that fact and like, oh cool, we'll just take this run with it.
I don't need. If they were saying anything, they were saying it to my back.
Yeah.
That's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just talk to a person's back.
Again, they don't even know who they handed it to. It was just somebody who's like, I think you know what you're doing, okay.
Yep. So Naughty, you head over to Tali's place to continue your brainstorming. The final results of which, the larger percentage of your group will end up executing over the next several days or weeks potentially. But before we get into any of that, Kawasaki,
Yes.
the day of the race arrives.
Okay.
You have a t-shirt cannon loaded with t-shirts.
Yep.
You have a pile of t-shirts besides.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the 6 t-shirts that you've set aside for your Koliso and Liv.
Excellent. Yes.
Your brother was all too excited to print these t-shirts for you.
Excellent. Beautiful. Ooh, I'm nervous. Yeah.
And I say t-shirt, that's kind of a generalization. They're like, well designed, like upper body,
yeah, cover.
Sleeves.
Yeah.
They're tops.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes.
T-shirt is easy shorthand for thing that exists in Cahokia.
Yes. I think she's going through. She kind of like obsessively almost going through and checking everything like again. How close is it to the start of the race at this point?
You've got a couple of hours before you need to like bring your Sunwing to the staging area.
Okay, excellent. This thing is getting just meticulously gone over with like a toothbrush. Just checking to make sure everything is the way it is supposed to be, that there are no issues. Yeah, if Liv is not there, Dawasika is going to go find her and make sure that
Liv
she is
Liv
here.
is there early.
Okay.
The day of the race, she wakes up early and makes it over to the
Good.
to the
Excellent.
warehouse to be ready.
Yep. And yeah, is kind of going over things. I don't think she's not gonna She's going to over. Do we have Raven's Call on like early in the morning, Jeremy, do you think? Or would Nadi kind of have stopped doing that?
Since the incident.
Like, yeah.
They definitely ask at this point.
Okay.
Because that has been impressed strongly.
Yeah. She'll accept it.
Okay.
You should be at full capacity by this day, so if you want to be at full mind minus the one for the Raven's Call, or Soul, I think is the Raven's Call. I forget which.
I think it's mind, but I will look here.
Yeah. Actually, she's going to ask to be left out of it this time. So she can concentrate, is what she says.
Secondary action,
it
1
is
point of soul. Yeah.
Yep. Left out of it? Okay.
Yeah. But she is going to ask, are you all going to head to the stands watching area? Or
Already there. Zen is anyways.
okay.
Liv, who did accept the Raven's Call, will sort of communicate over the mental link to everyone. I do hope that all of you come to see this race. I am looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to go? Talo asked Nadi.
Oh yeah, I'm going. Yeah, of course
Okay.
we're going.
I wasn't sure. Lots of people.
Oh, it's fine. They're not gonna be looking at me.
You never know.
Yes,
I'm not sure I want to
Nadi
go.
Anxiety right now.
No.
I'm giving you a hard time, Nadi. It's fine. We're going.
Okay.
Also, because I am me, I did a Hero Forge mock-up of Zen wearing the T-shirt that
Excellent.
is designing.
Thank
And
good.
looking confused.
Excellent. I'm very pleased.
And I fully imagine that it's just like, imagine the Che Guevara T-shirt where it's just like sunburst pattern and then the symbol of Che's face.
Yeah.
But instead of Che, it's just the doll.
My sister-in-law got my brother a t-shirt for his birthday, which is just our dog in various poses and outfits.
I can't do get that granular and specific with Hero Forge, unfortunately, but
yeah. And it's delightful. That's exactly what I'm imagining. Just sort of big figure, just sort of in a dramatic pose, and then just sort of like close-ups of different things at fun angles just around it. It's loud.
yeah, no, the what I did in Hero Forge is not nearly that loud. I'll put it in Slack.
Yeah.
It's really the best I could do, but
Excellent. Beautiful. I love it. That's much too classy looking.
yeah.
I want garish.
If I could do garish, I would.
Yep. I believe you.
But yes, you make preparations and start and get ready to bring the Sunwing to the staging area for the race.
Yep.
And the rest of you presumably make your way to the stands for the race itself.
I'm in the stands. I've got a snack. I've got a good view.
So as you and Liv bring your Sunwing into the staging area, you get your first chance in a long while to meet your competition. There are 6 Sunwings registered in this race. There's you two, Kawasaki and Liv. There is a pair by the name of Kanganada and Kola, who are piloting a sort of like deep sky blue Sunwing with like cloud patterns all over it. Here, let me. Oh, and this is probably a good time. Would you like to describe what your Sunwing looks like?
Sure. It is. I think she has changed the pattern slightly. It's like kind of got a different pattern on the upper side and the lower side. So the upper side is the pattern that she was using before, which is like a bright kind of bumblebee like stripes warning coloration kind of thing, and then on the underside is the is kind of like feather patterns, very similar to the drone that Woya used, the like hawk kind of pattern drone, if I'm remembering right, Julia.
Yep, it was a red hawk.
Yeah. In sort of a darker color though. I think she is using like some of the different pigments and like technology that this world has to make kind of like a mirrored surface situation, so it is hard to see from that, like from looking up at the sky. And so like the idea is when we do like spins or turns or anything, it's like a flash and then you lose track of us.
Yeah. So reflective on the top with that sort of like red hawk pattern.
Reflective on the bottom, and
bottom.
then the top is that like bumblebee stripes.
Okay, yeah. So the hawk pad, the red hawk on the bottom with like the reflective surface, and then the bumblebee stripes on the top. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. With just like some dots of bright like purple on the outside edges, so you could kind of like track the outline if you look close.
So yeah, the rest of your competition, aside from like I said, Kanganada and Kola, with their sort of sky blue cloud pattern, something. There's Zawitats and Tokatika, with a very deep green, sort of earth colored and very plain, not significantly over designed Sunwing. It's very like standard looking, but very sort of like deep forest green. There is Pachak and Payankas, who have this sort of like high-tech looking Sunwing with a sort of like purple coloration, these sort of digital accents that are almost sort of reminiscent of enhanced clothing. They have this sort of like shifting and like digital hexagon pattern to them, almost honeycomb like. There is Wusi and Hoot, who have this sort of like rainbow colored Sunwing that has a sort of like spiral pattern on it that almost looks like a kaleidoscope as it moves. That's and fun. You get the sense that if it ever spirals at you, you are going to go blind. And then there is one pilot who does not have a co-pilot. who gives off this air of like does not want to talk to anyone, has this sort of almost sense of superiority about them, as if like they don't need a co-pilot because their skills are all that's needed, and they have these like
Sure.
the like most basic of like automated co-pilot systems that just sort of helps read the environment for them, and they just sort of rely on their own stuff. By the name of Tankawi, whose Sunwing is a sort of like deep black and red trimmed, very aggressive, sharp design. That is, you imagine, design supposed to be intimidating.
Yep. Yep.
But kind of just looks like he's trying too hard to you.
Do I know any of these? Have I competed against any of these people before?
You've probably at least met a handful of them before.
Okay.
Tankawi is definitely someone that you've seen before. They're a very good racer. Like, they have the skills to fly alone.
Mhm.
You imagine they would actually be better if they had a co-pilot, but they have this sort of ego issue going on. They are decidedly the Sebulba to your Annie. As I put down the names of everyone there.
Awesome. Thank you.
And like you're not sure if they don't have a co-pilot because they genuinely believe they do not need one, or if their ego is just too big to accommodate anyone else flying.
Okay. Yeah. I get the vibe. That's good. Okay. Um,
Wusi and Hoot, I feel like you have probably met before. They are just a delight. They are the like loudest, gayest couple of lesbians just flying their enormous rainbow colored Sunwing and having a sheer blast.
Beautiful. Okay. I love it. Um, yeah, Tawazikik is going to like sort of quietly explaining all of this to Liv, like who everyone else is, trying to give like pointers on these Tankawi's aggressive tactics, but without a co-pilot, it's vulnerable to sudden shifts and not being able to adjust. Kind of like giving her assessment of the rundown, however accurate that is.
I would say that you are probably very familiar with almost all of these pilots, with the exception of Pachak and Payankas, who are sort of new on the scene.
Okay. And is kind of keeping us to ourselves, if that makes sense. Like, I think Kawazuki is kind of a vain, arrogant person and would be going around and kind of like just trash talking, sort of the other competitors. This is not like a big important like competition.
Yeah, no, it's not like a dramatic
So,
competition.
Like friendly kind of banter back and forth, but is not right now. Is kind of a little too nervous for that.
Yeah, I will say that of the other two teams that you do know, Zawitatsa and Tokatika are very much sort of the like. They're very represented by their Sunwing. They're very quiet, down to earth, don't talk a lot, focus on the race kind of people. You hardly ever talk to them before a race, and you only occasionally ever get a word with them after a race.
Yeah, we'll like nod and acknowledge people, but not going out of her way to interact.
Kanganada and Kola have the most shonen protagonist energy. They are just like raw, happy to be here. We're gonna give it our all, kind of.
They're not gonna win.
They don't usually win.
No. Yeah.
But they have spirit.
I think Tawasuke's assessment of this is Chankawi is the person to beat. Patrick and Payankas are like, I don't know what that is. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
if
kind
you
of
if you were
worried
to
about that.
guess, Tonkawi is probably your biggest opponent.
Yeah.
Wusi and Hoot might be a come from behind challenge because they're always very good, even if they're just
Yep.
enjoying themselves. Pachak and Payankas are definitely your wild card because you have no
Yeah.
idea what they're capable of.
Uh-huh.
And then Zawitats and Tokatika are usually solid middle of the pack runners, and then Kanganada and Kola have spirit but are just not on your level.
Yep. I love it. Okay.
So, yeah, and you
And-
relay all of that to
Yeah.
to Liv as you get ready for the race.
Yeah, and there's like a moment where she's like adjusting the little figurine that Zin gave her. She's got it kind of like in central pride of place location
the
where
dash,
she
yeah.
can like see it at like the corner of her eye. Just gonna give
Absolutely.
it like a little pat, make sure that little bit of like whatever it's made out of, like stick it back into place so it's gonna be stable and not get damaged as
Yeah.
we're flying.
As you're finishing up preparations, an official does come out and says, "All right, racers, it's time to put your sunwings on the starting line. You all have your marked positions. Go ahead and take up your places."
Right, it's time.
Liv nods and hops into the co-pilot seat as you start just moving the sunwing at low speed, just slight hover off the ground, and you leave the staging area and start making your way towards the actual racetrack. Meanwhile, those of you in the stands, the crowd sort of quiets down as someone comes over an announcement and starts to explain the rules of the race. This memorial race is going to be hosted in 3 laps. The primary goal is going to be best time. However, in instances when 2 individuals are sufficiently close that either of them could have taken the spot for leader between the 2 of them, rather than just going for a photo finish, the goal is also to acquire as much finesse and scoring points as possible over the course of the race. There are a number of floating rings that will move across set trajectories across the course that are hovering on Jutsu lifts that are putting them in their specified locations. In situations of near positioning, when 2 racers pass the finish line at roughly within a very brief time of each other, whoever has the higher position between the 2 of them will be determined by who has managed to maneuver their sunwing through the most of these rings between the 2 of them. There are 4 primary segments of this race in each location. It's sort of like a ring broken into 4 major parts.
Mhm.
And mechanically, there will be 4 skill checks per lap.
Okay.
In which you will have the opportunity to just try and jockey for position, interfere with your opponents, do any kind of other trick you might have up your sleeve, or try and make sure you're hitting rings. To try and figure out exactly how and you can try and do combinations of those, but the more of those you try and focus on at a time, the more difficult it gets.
Mhm.
Typically, you'll probably be focusing on positioning and rings, unless you need to interfere with something or do something else specific. And yeah, whoever gets the most rings and will break anyone who is nearby in position when both of you pass the finish line for the 3rd time. and each of the pilots and their vehicles are being announced as their Sunwings are brought up to the starting line. Brief commentary on each of the individuals, sort of giving the same general idea that I had given to Tawasikik. Even Pachak and Payankas are described as newcomers to the racing circuit, who are looking to show off their skills and the build of their Sunwing, and we'll be very interested to see what they can bring to the table today. There's different crowd reactions for all of them. Tankawi definitely gets a whole lot of like fan favorite reactions as a sort of like determined show off. But as a returning favorite, and being announced with the mysterious newcomer, Tawasikik and Lib get a surprisingly large fan reaction from the crowd. But you all set up on the starting line, and I need to change the music. This music is too calm. There we go.
If you want, by the way, OC Remix on YouTube allows people to use their music so long as you credit them. So we can put together playlists like using some of their remixes if you want.
Yeah, worth looking into in the future. So, what are you doing as you bring your Sunwing out to the line? You have a t-shirt cannon. What are you doing with it?
All right. Do I see the rest of the group?
Oh,
I see.
probably.
Okay. I am going to fire t-shirts at you.
Roll me ranged weapons.
Okay.
Because you're aiming at a group of people, I'm just going to even it out to normal difficulty.
Yeah,
Because some of
yeah.
you are higher, some of you are way lower.
Uh-huh. That's a critical fail. I'm gonna leave that because I want to see what that does.
How do you critically fail shooting a t-shirt cannon?
I'm
Just
just
killed
imagining
someone.
sort of a council elder now has a t-shirt over their head.
The council elder now
Right
has
in
a
the
t-shirt
face.
in their mouth.
Yeah,
And are missing
like
two teeth.
right full on in the face. You just broke someone important's nose.
No.
I will say that your aim is a little haphazard,
Okay.
and the shirts that you fire get somewhere near the members of
Okay.
your Kaliso that you're aiming for.
Mhm.
But definitely at least one of those definitely hits the counselor who this race is entirely in, like the memorial for their retirement. Definitely hits them in the face. Like, it's a t-shirt, doesn't hit them hard, but they
Yeah.
definitely get blinded for a second by the t-shirt to the face. And like have to pull it off and look at it for a second and try and take in what the hell this design is.
I feel like trying to figure out what the hell this is. Trying to get a look at one of the t-shirts that landed somewhere else. What the hell is that?
As you realize that it is the doll that
Yeah.
was made of you in stylized form on this shirt. Very loud.
That's what she meant by she had an idea.
I may or may not have designed the t-shirt cannon she's shooting them out of. You're welcome.
It looks great.
You mean the t-shirt cannon that she
I'm-
just hit an elder in the face with?
Uh-huh,
I'm
yep.
innocent.
I think that makes
I'm
you an
innocent.
accomplice for you.
I mean, listen, as long as he doesn't die, we're good.
Again, I'm innocent.
Ella pats Naughty on the head. Yes, you are.
Waya also has a sign that she holds up that says, "Come back first or don't come home."
I love it.
So, and there are like viewing screens that are positioned on both sides of the track that have like camera views that are currently watching the starting line. But you imagine they'll swap to different camera views to try and keep an eye on the racers as they go through. There are a bunch of like camera drones just sort of hovering around the areas of the track.
Yep.
To try and get good shots. So the group lines up at the starting area, and the tension builds as the countdown begins. In the last minute, I'm going to ask for a piloting roll from you as a representation of how well do you hit the starting whistle, or whatever signal they use.
Okay. Oh.
I'm gonna make that similar roll for the rest of these pilots.
2 successes.
All right. Cowie. And Cowie just guns it out the gate. All right. Anganada. Might be shaping up to be an episode 1 start.
I don't know what that means.
Do you remember how Anakin's start of the race went in episode 1?
Oh, yeah.
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 Where
With
oh,
everyone,
his pod racer died.
with everyone else in the race getting more successes than you at the start, your engine stalls a bit as you take off. And you have to sort of like adjust and very rapidly hit buttons as Liv is going to go ahead and roll a dice check on her own as she tries to run a relevant skills that she has.
See, your Sibulba stand-in also sabotaged your vehicle.
She was just going to use a real quick science check.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, she runs some quick diagnostics, finds where the issues are, and starts getting to work on fixing things from your co-pilot seat. And very quickly you level out. But in jockeying for position, you are currently at the back of the race.
Okay.
As might have been expected, Tankawi is in the lead.
That is unfortunate.
So, what does your initial action look like on this first leg of the race?
Okay. I am in last right now. That is unacceptable. I am trying to shave corners, get as far ahead as I can. I'm focused on speed right now entirely.
You're just ignoring any other goals you might have and just trying to gain position?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a piloting check at difficulty 7. And with an extra +1 die. +2 dice.
+2?
From Liv's assistance.
Okay. Do you want me to automatically add the 3 across, or for difficulty, or not? I did on that first one because it started the race.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. This is your fear. Yes, for right now, yes.
Okay. But I get 2 extra dice.
And your difficulty is reduced to 7, so then +3 makes it 10.
Yep. All right. Hey, 3 successes.
All right.
You know what? I'll spend I'll spend 2 points of mind to get those 2 more successes.
All right. So go ahead and I'm assuming you're turning that 10 and that 11 into 12s. Or are you turning
No.
those 9s and the 10s?
I was focused on the 9s just to get more successes.
Okay.
Total.
I mean, you will get an extra success if you turn that 11 into a 12.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And possibly
Yes.
more if you explode the bonus die.
Yeah. So the 11 and a 12, and then
One of the 9s into a 10.
yeah.
All right, roll me another d12.
Okay. Yeah. Nope. That was a 1.
But you still get 2 more successes, so you're
Yep.
at 5. Immediately in this first leg, you start cutting through the pack as you move forward. Others are trying to keep up in the race, but as you sort of like drill your focus in, you immediately find yourself moving up. You are in 3rd position by the end of this first leg.
Okay. All right.
In front of you are Tenkawi and Wusi and Hu, who are jockeying for 1st and 2nd.
Okay. Good.
Meanwhile, on the ground, in the stands, I would like everybody who is on the ground to go ahead and yeah, so we'll be going on break in just a second. Once Sen gets back. Everyone who is on the ground can go ahead and give me a perception or straight perception or investigation if you got the skill on
Sorry, roll what? Perception?
it. Either perception straight, or if you have ranks in investigation, you can roll investigation.
Okay.
Nice.
It's
Gonna spend a mind to make that 11 a 12.
definitely investigation because nothing is done straight. 5.
Especially not during gay wrath.
Right.
6 successes and also a critical success for my investigation.
5 for investigation.
4 for investigation.
3.
All right, so the lot of you managed to notice as you're sort of looking around. You're not it's not on your mind what the prize is at the moment, but you get the sense that maybe somebody cares about this race a lot more than Tawasikik does. Because as you guys are looking around, it catches your attention as you spot an individual who is sort of like hidden to the side, like behind the stands, who seems to be operating what looks like a drone rig that is like, you're not certain what they're doing, but they are intentionally hiding themselves from the rest of the audience and operating some kind of drone that has some kind of vision on this race.
Are we going to break
Okay.
now, or are we reacting to this information first?
Give me your immediate reactions, and then we'll go to break after that.
Breaking Raven's Call and using Raven's Call to contact them.
To target that one person?
And
Yes.
I'm slipping
boy.
away. I'm slipping away from the group to stealth towards that person.
Me too.
I was gonna play it cool and follow later. But
This is
these
not a
two
group
chuckle
that plays
fucks.
it cool.
Follow later might be after they do something to traumatize Tawasikik further, and Zin is not going to let that happen.
Fair enough. Yeah, following after the other two idiots.
realizes later she left
So as
Naughty
the,
alone.
as the ground team breaks off to try and investigate this potential race interference, that's where we're gonna take our break.
Those of you watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. Remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're back. A dinosaur
A
story.
dinosaur
A
story.
dinosaur story.
3 of them. This is getting out
Echo
of hand.
chamber.
Now there are 3 of them.
Quick, if more of us join, we can take over.
Take over what?
Never. Never.
I don't know, something.
So take over. I'm already the executive producer. What else could I take over?
The world.
Over my cold, dead body.
There we go.
I mean, yeah, I could take over your cold dead body. That would be a
Jeremy's
little bit weird,
corpse.
though.
I'm picturing Jeremy's corpse wearing a t-shirt that says we're back. Dinosaur story.
I feel like my body would reject the t-shirt.
You would just rot. Shrek
I'm
in
just
your grave.
imagining. I'm just imagining a skeleton wearing the T-shirt from this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Same.
Speaking of,
Which, we are now going to enter an encounter. As it now becomes encounter space, we're going
Encounter
to
space.
is encounter space part of the Omega verse? I really need this explained to me.
Yeah.
no. I pull out my board for tracking your initiatives.
From a galaxy far, far away.
I learned that something was because of the Omega verse. The sudden rise in the use of Sigma as a derogatory term is because of Omegaverse.
Excellent. Beautiful.
Alpha male this and Sigma male this. They just heard trans people making up cool genders and wanted to do it themselves.
Accurate.
I will
I'm not a
remind, since
cis
it's been a while
Sigma
since we've
man.
handled initiative,
Been a while.
each of you has an initiative score, and I would like you to choose your place in the initiative.
8.
Wonderful.
9.
Do you want me in on this initiative as well?
Yes, because
okay.
you are part of this encounter.
Yeah. All right. Where is 11?
Live as well. As an initiative of 11.
You know, I can go last. I don't mind this.
Well, then you
I
go over.
have an initiative of 11.
2.
Are you taking the full 11? Where would you like to be positioned?
The full 11 is like
10.
the full Monty, but
10?
different.
In so many ways.
And
One could say it's not like the full Monty at all.
Yeah.
Naughty's at 9.
Correct.
No longer going last intentionally.
Nope.
Where's Tawasiki at?
3.
Finally settled on a number.
Yep.
Seekik. And then
Ooh, I'll be right back.
all the bad things are going on this initiative. Tala. What initiative is Tala at?
I keep going back and forth. Sorry, it's why I haven't answered yet. I keep going back and forth. 11. Like I was thinking 10, and then you took 10, and now you're
We can
doing
go at
peer
the same
pressure.
time.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take 10.
Alright, so Woya and Tala are going at the same time.
You know what? That tracks.
It starts with Liv, who is going to do her damnedest to try and benefit Tawasikik on their next roll.
Excellent.
Roll your science.
Science.
She's gonna put some mind into that. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get 3 successes. So that she will reduce the difficulty of your next piloting roll by 2 and provide you with 1 extra bonus.
Awesome.
One
Okay.
extra bonus die. And then it's Woya and Tala. What are you two up to?
Going after mysterious or dark and mysterious in the corner.
Yep. Stealthing after Mr. Creepy. Or Miss. I don't discriminate.
Go ahead and roll me stealth. Assuming you're stealthing. I don't know what Warrior's approach is.
I'll stealth.
I am stealthing.
You said that defensively, Julia.
I didn't mean to.
As if we weren't expecting you to stealth.
I got a 2.
Um,
Well, I was going to stealth, but I think the less stealthy people were trying to stealth ahead of me, so...
4 successes for Warrior with
Oh,
a
is it?
critical.
Paula's at 2, Warrior's at 4. Alright, the pair of you are sneaking up towards this individual. As you get close enough to get a better look at them, you realize that they are dressed in sort of like dark concealing outfit designed to help blend in with the shadows underneath the stands. And you can't make out their face because they are wearing a mask that is marked in and shaped in the form of a spider.
Ooh.
An arachnid of some variety, I should specify. It's not specifically a spider, it is some form of arachnid mask.
Some form of spider-like spider.
Okay.
I say some form of arachnid to avoid bothering specific people who have specific problems.
Is this are these masks similar to like the eels?
You would almost certainly say that based on the mask they are wearing, this person is most likely one of the Kanika. Yes.
One of the who?
Great. Kanika.
One of the eels.
Eels.
The criminals for hire. Which most likely means that someone else has a reason for disrupting this race, and they're just being paid to do it. Nutty, you were going to Raven's Call directly at this person.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and roll me Raven's Call.
All right, so I am assuming that they are going to count as an enemy, although I will be happy if that's not the case.
They will indeed count as an enemy.
All right. I am in an encounter, but so are they.
Yep.
So that is up. That's +3, +5, down to +4, and they are within sight.
They are indeed within your sight.
So that's down to +3 difficulty. So I am rolling at difficulty 11.
Indeed. One's all you need.
One's all I need. So just in their head. Very calmly. Whatever you're about to do, whatever you're about to do, you definitely don't want to do, because it will not turn out well for you.
Go ahead and roll me coercion.
As in, no one will ever hear from you again.
Their mental difficulty is going to be 7.
7?
Yes.
Six
That's
successes.
6 successes.
Nice.
Ow.
Sheesh. Wow.
I
So
will never find you.
If you spend one
You-
point of
you-
mind, you
you-
can explode one of those 12s to get another success. Or one of those 11s.
You
into
know
12 to
what?
get another success.
Yes,
all right.
that's a good point.
Roll another d12. Okay,
Alright.
so 7 successes.
And a critical success, yeah.
You issue this warning directly into this person's brain, and they practically drop the drone controller they're handling as they go, "Wow, what the fuck?" They are thoroughly disoriented.
Good start.
Zin.
I've also distracted them for you.
Having seen them drop the controller, can I get to them fast enough to scoop it up?
If you would like to roll me athletics.
Oh, please ask me to do something hard. What difficulty?
Against their physical defense, we will call it 8.
6 successes because I ignore the first one.
Nice.
Alright, so yeah, you as they drop the controller, you sort of like just vault yourself down underneath the stands and like diving slide and swipe the controller from before they can reach down to grab it.
Is there an official? I know Naughty was all up on like stop freeze. Is there like an official like warning statement that you give as a member of the Seattle?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay, cool. So yeah, drop down, scoop it up, standing up, holding it away from him. Now, this isn't the kind of toy we normally want to have people playing with these kinds of events.
It is now his turn. So he is going to attempt to retrieve his object and run, but he is at a severe penalty because he's been thoroughly distracted by the voice in his head.
My physical defense is 9.
Yep. Dice roller. He's gonna try. He's losing a bunch of dice because he is being distracted, and his physical and his difficulty is actually going up by 1.
Oh, it's a diff 10.
So it's going to 10. Roll's pretty good though.
Yeah. Any roll against me, 2s count as failures too, but he didn't get any 2s. All right.
He didn't roll any 2s. Because this is contested. What is your athletics pool?
9.
So this now becomes what is a contested check. As it begins what is essentially a tug of war. As he reaches out and starts grabbing, it's not literally a tug of war, you're not literally standing there and yanking at each other. But the two of you are competing for control of this object. It is going to end up in the hands of whoever can get successes equal to the opponent's entire dice pool first, between the two of you.
What's his entire dice pool?
7. And the contest is starting now.
I'm going to spend a point of mind to make that 11 or 12.
Well, you'll make your athletics roll on to compete in this particular instance on your turn.
Okay, I'll wait then.
He is starting the contest here. Hawasikik, up in the
Yes.
sky. You're in the second leg of the race.
Okay. I am
You're
going
in
to
third place right now and have hit no rings.
Yeah. I'm going to take my secondary action to activate Cougar's Grace. So I spend a point of mind and make a wisdom check. For each success, the character's agility increases by 1. So, wisdom, diff 8,
Standard difficulty.
a success. So I get to add that to my agility goes up by 1.
Yep. 10
So let me do that real quick. Just agility plus 1 for right now. Okay. And I am, I think, still at this point gunning to get up to the front. Some third.
You're not splitting your time. You're just going straight for trying to go first.
You know what? I am gonna do some turns. I'm gonna try and go through a ring or 2.
All right. So if you're
On this
trying to
route.
jockey for speed and hit rings,
Yes.
it's going to increase the difficulty by 1.
Yep.
Your difficulty is down by 2 because of Liv's assistance from earlier.
Yes.
But then you're up by 3 because of your panic.
Yep. So net
you are net up 2.
Net up 2. Okay. So 10. Let's see here. Piloting. Success number 10. Okay. And I get an extra dice from Liv, right?
So you also get a bonus die from Liv's
Yep.
roll.
Okay. 4 successes.
All right.
Let's spend a point of mind.
Out of curiosity, does the lucky charm have any effect?
It does, in fact. Not that she can see it right now, but it does have an effect.
Okay.
Cool.
I spent a point of mind to get that 11 up to a 12, and I'm gonna make another roll.
It's still 5 successes.
Yep.
So you've been cutting corners and digging your way towards the head of the pack. And you then take this opportunity to both try and take the lead and start showing off a bit as you take a barrel roll around the outside of the crowd or of the pack of sunwings, and just in the upper arc as your plane is turning mostly upside down. You manage to cut through a pair of rings. And then you still have those 3 remaining successes to clear into first place.
Okay, excellent. This is good.
And then the other racers have their interference.
Yep.
I need to roll this generally with physical dice because it's much faster. Oh no. Yeah. So something weird happens, Tawasikik.
Okay.
As you're like taking up the lead in front of what's his face? Tankawi.
Yeah.
You see like a couple of ports open underneath the nose of his sunwing behind you.
Ooh.
And you see what look like a pair of flare launchers that are meant to just like launch blinding flares in your way to try and blind you and throw you off course. Launch out towards you. But for some reason, they detonate almost immediately after leaving the launcher.
Oh.
Instead of going their full distance and like trying to get to a point where they would blind you, all they do is go off immediately in his face and blind him for a second. As his sunwing begins to veer off course for a second, and he has to quickly correct himself. You're not sure why that happened, and then you sort of like glance to the dashboard for a second at the doll,
Yeah. All right.
Liv is gonna make another science roll to see if she can assist you. Science. 4 successes. She's gonna spend a point of mind, turn that into a 12. Does not get an extra one, but she does get a 5th success. She's going to reduce your difficulty of your next roll by 3 and give you 2 extra dice.
Ooh. Okay.
Woya and Tala. You see that Zin and this Kanikahag are currently engaged in a like quick, close quarters, hand-to-hand scuffle over the drone controller.
Tala
Pull
wants
out
to,
mag sling.
Tala wants to use Coyote's gaze.
Oh, that is so much better than what I was going to do.
We'll see if it works.
All right. Coyote's gaze. We are going to
Please. Coyote's queers.
You are going to roll your perception and charisma. So roll a perception check and add a number of dice to the roll equal to your charisma.
Okay. And what's the success number on this?
Target performs a check with their will and adds successes to their mental defense. 1 second. He's going to make a will check. Will +2 adds it to their mental defense. Your difficulty number is going to be 9.
Okay.
Wait, before you roll. Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
All right.
Let me know if I need to do that again.
No, you don't, because all you rolled were 11s, which would have been your target number.
Okay.
So yeah, you get 3 successes, which is the target is putty in the character's hands. They will betray friends, fight for them, quit their job, or leave their family if the character asks.
Cool. All right. She is telling them to leave. They want to leave.
Roll me a charm roll real quick. Your difficulty is 4.
Seven.
Yeesh.
So yeah, Zin, you're getting ready to fight over this drone controller. And the guy holding it just kind of like looks up as Tala does something to get his attention, and then lets go of the controller and goes, "Yes, ma'am. I will be leaving. You may want to be concerned if you're worried about this. You may want to be concerned about the other eels that are positioned throughout the track to interfere. But I will be leaving now," he says as he lets go of the drone controller and starts to leave.
Whatever you
Hey,
did, ask him for
Tala.
locations.
Yes.
Where are they?
They're all in their own positions that they've picked themselves, spread out across the track.
How many?
3 others.
Thank you.
Ask him who hired him.
Who hired you?
I don't know. I was just told to come here and do this.
All right. Have a nice day. Go get some food.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for? You show that turd who's boss.
Of note, that was just an immediate override of someone's like free will. That was just taken on a snap.
Yeah, she did. I don't think. Okay, the only people that know she has Coyote's gaze is now Naughty and Woya knew, and that's it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened. I'm in mission mode though, so
It is not hard to detect when someone who was immediately in a fight suddenly decides they are no longer in the fight because someone else who they should not be listening to just told them to.
what would the role be to like get that was done magically?
It's not hard. Give me investigation difficulty 4.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, no, that was not normal.
Oh,
We'll talk about that later. Okay. Let's find these throughout the track. How big is the track? Do we know what the track like roughly is laid out as?
Roughly speaking, if ignoring the fact that it's not a perfect circle, is roughly speaking ellipse about stretch this because it goes a little over the river at one point. About yay shaped.
Where are we at?
You are. Where's my party at indicator? There you are. You are at the starting line, which is out here.
Cool. So yeah, thinking about it really quickly. Tala, William, make your way over to the race coordinators. Let them know that that we've confirmed interference from hostile force from critical elements in the race. See if they can get people. See if they can get people on the lookout throughout the track because we need more than just the group of us to look for this.
Yep. Okay.
Do I need to have a visual on someone to do Coyote's gaze?
Question.
Yes, you have to be able to see them directly.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, they'll head over there, but Tala's keeping her eyes out for others at this point.
And I'm gonna start combing the nearby areas because talking to people isn't my strong suit.
Are we out of an initiative?
Oh no,
now,
you're still in initiative. Well, yeah. What are you doing? Because technically your turn.
Waya's gonna start looking for the whoever looks to be the most official here that she can get something to. You know, aside from the council members.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, obviously.
If I could have during that exchange, I also would have tossed the drone controller to Woya.
Oh yeah, 100%. She'll
Grab that.
take her little toy with her. I have a drone now.
As you look at the drone controller, you walk towards the nearest person who looks like a racing official. Go ahead and roll me a science check on this controller, or a computer check actually.
Programming or just computers straight?
Just computers.
Okay.
Nice.
9 successes
Very
with
nice.
4 criticals.
With 1 critical success in there as well. So, this controller, as you has like a quick readout and diagnostic of the drone's status and capabilities. You realize that this drone is equipped with a variety of flares for interfering with pilots, and also EMP technology in case it needs to completely disable a Sunwing in flight.
Oh, this just got a lot worse. Very quickly texting that too. So
It looks like it's
Zen.
not, and like Sunwings don't typically
Zen, yeah.
fly super high. So a Sunwing and they still have like a glide construction. So if a Sunwing loses power, they'll stop being able to steer as well, but they can theoretically glide to safety. But this device is not equipped with any kind of like lethal weapons. It doesn't have anything that isn't like designed to either disable a vehicle or blind someone. But that's some heavy duty stuff for taking out a Sunwing.
yeah. This is way bigger than the eels. But yeah, she will find the first.
It is the
Yeah, because
eels.
they got hired. But yeah, she'll find the first person that she can talk to once they get over to the race officials.
Yeah, and you walk over to the nearest official. It's a bald-headed older gentleman who is sort of like watching the events take place, and is sort of like watching a camera view of the race as it progresses. And sort of looks over as you walk over.
Hi there, Siyadawaya and Tala. And she'll land the drone in front of him. Recovered this from a member of the Kanikahak. We need to tell somebody official because there are 3 other copies of this drone that are capable of taking down these Sunwings, being operated by 3 other individuals placed around the route.
He sort of looks at it, looks at you, kind of aghast. That
Is heavy, yeah.
yes. And he immediately pulls up his NISA and starts communicating with other coordinators throughout the racetrack.
Okay.
Naughty.
I think that they're just going to actually, first question. What does it feel like? Because I know Raven's Call isn't like legitimately like I'm in your head and you're in mine. But what does it feel like when somebody gets Coyote's
gazed while under a Raven's
Well,
Call?
in telepathic communication.
I will say that it sort of feels like
Somebody's watching me.
If the 2 of you are considered like mentally in the same room,
right?
In the case of Coyote's Call, or in the case of Raven's Call, it is as if the person in the other room very quickly like froze for a second, like mid presence. Everything about them just freezes for a second, and then continues, and is just slightly off kilter from what they were a second ago.
Frame rates drop.
Kind of, yeah. You just like visual, like stuttering in the link kind of thing.
I think that I am going to let them go. Did I hear all the stuff about the other 3 and all that, or has that been communicated to everyone, or just?
I will be communicating it as soon as my turn comes up.
Okay, so I think everything is just fine.
Roll me perception, just a stat, just to see whether you would have overheard the bit about what the guy was saying earlier. I'm assuming you didn't even go down below the stands. You just like Coyote's gazed in from
Yeah,
there.
I'm still up in the stand.
Yeah, so make a perception roll to see if you hear it.
Raven's called.
Or Raven's call. Yeah, two abilities going off at the same time. With 2 successes, I will say, yeah, you barely make out his mention that there are 3 more of them.
Okay, then I will let that dude go. I will. Let me rephrase that. I will let that dude go after just showing the flashes of some of the most horrifying things that Naughty can think of.
Tax evasion.
Oh no.
Rumpled bed
What are
sheets.
some of the most horrifying things that Naughty can think of? What is terrifying to Naughty specifically?
I think. Oh, I mean, normal stuff. Have you ever seen Event Horizon?
Cool. All right. Cool. So hell.
All right. So yeah. So anyways, and then I'm going. Naughty is going to from where they're at do a little visual investigation to see if they can find anybody else that they can spread the happy word to, or who might need it, because they're bad. I'm guessing investigation or just straight
Yeah, roll the
perception?
investigation to see if you
Okay.
saw anything immediately out of place in this vicinity.
Bump this number up.
3.
I mean, I'm gonna leave it there.
You don't see anyone immediately out of place. You do see nearby officials if you wanted to communicate with any of them. But you would probably surmise, considering this race is probably broken up into 4 major legs, you would probably imagine the other 3 are in the other 3 legs of this race somewhere.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I will head towards. I mean, might not walk or run. I'll catch up with everybody else.
All right. You start catching up with everyone. Zin.
So while I start moving to basically heading out along the track, I'm gonna go the reverse way, rather than going the way that the racers went, just to see if I can get any of them that might be waiting more closer to the end finish line. And over the Nisa just messaging Naughty, Raven's call. Just to see if, that's all I send to Naughty so that we can do the communication. Actually, I'll say Raven's call excluding Liz and Tawasiki.
Yep.
Because I don't want to distract them while they're racing.
Yeah, that would be a great time to suddenly get a bunch of voices.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then while waiting for that to connect, I'm gonna
You start traveling. You make it a range increment further.
Yep.
Enemies
Actually,
are not going to
as a secondary action, I'm going to activate Power of the Bear, which is a willpower roll, and every success adds to my strength.
All right.
Just so I can run faster, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm going to spend 1 point of mind to turn that 7 in the critical pool into an 8. To make that 4 successes.
All right.
And also spend a point of soul to activate it. And now that is active, my strength is 10.
Very good. Now it is the enemy's turn. Hawasikik,
Yeah.
as you are flying, you see a weird-looking drone start to like hover in the space above where you're headed,
Hmm.
and then it starts shooting flares at you. What's your physical defense?
Oh boy. Pretty good. It is. Oh wait, hang on. Because I have to double check. Cougar's Grace does not impact
It increases
derived
your agility. It
stats.
will, in fact, increase your physical defense.
Yeah, it doesn't
no.
impact derived stats.
Yeah, no.
Is it not? Okay, never
modified. Yeah,
Yeah.
like power, the strength of the bear, and grace, the abilities
Cool.
like that
Yeah,
do not affect
then it
your
does not
defense.
impact your
Yeah.
physical defense.
So it'd still be 9.
9. All right. Make a ranged weapons at a difficulty of 9 with a pool of 4, 5.
Ooh.
1. So they only get 1 success because that 2 qualifies as a failure for them.
Excellent. Excellent.
Because that doll is providing you with some semblance of the unique nature of sin.
Excellent. Delightful.
So your next roll, the difficulty that Liv has reduced by 3 is going back up by 1. So she's only reducing it by 2.
Okay.
As the flare sort of gets in the way and makes it harder for you to fly.
Uh-huh.
And now it's your turn. What are you doing? What are you prioritizing on this particular leg of the race?
Okay. I am in the lead.
You're in the lead at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know what that drone was. I don't it's weird, but like I don't know that this is a thing that's happening, so I'm gonna ignore that. And I think kind of doing the same thing, speed and trick flying. Kind of splitting it down the middle. Again.
Right. So go ahead and roll me. You're up 1, you're down 2, and then you're up 3. So once again, you are up 2 from your normal difficulty.
Okay.
So difficulty 10.
Yep. 10. Oh no.
Would you like to spend some mind?
Yes. I can only because once you get down to 0,
You fall unconscious.
You got
Yeah.
4 9s there, each of which will just need 1 to be a success.
Okay. I only have 2 bind left is the problem. Tower Psychic is not super good at that. I'm very good at the physical stuff, not the other things. Is there a way to gain mind back in the middle of things? I should know this. Hang on.
Soul
I
food.
don't know that you can get mine back in the middle of things.
No, unlike my
There might be some abilities that do that, but I don't know that you have.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything like that. What's fortitude? What is that? I'll spend a point to make that not a critical failure.
All right. So you are currently dealing with the blindness that you're being afflicted with, just trying to keep yourself stable. You don't critically fail, so you don't lose position or put yourself in danger of crashing.
Yep.
But you are currently not getting any extra progress right now.
Okay.
Meanwhile, everyone else having a much harder time. As you sort of look behind you in the aftermath of this, you realize that the drone wasn't just firing flares at you, it's firing flares at all of the flyers.
Okay.
Oh no. as you're looking, you see those plucky individuals, Kanganada and Kola, start losing direction and start spinning a little bit out of the line of the track as they critically fail their piloting check and start drifting off.
Okay.
Those plucky individuals are going to have a hard time correcting and are in danger of crashing. However, in the course of this, Tankawi does take the lead again.
Damn it. Okay.
You're now in second. He also
All
hits
right.
a couple of rings on the way by. Back to the top. Liv is going to try and assist you again. Does not make any success this time around.
Okay.
She is currently also fighting fires.
Yeah.
Wuya and Tala. What are the two of you up to?
Tala is searching the crowd for any of the others.
Any of the other eels?
Yes.
Roll me investigation.
Two successes.
With two successes, you kind of come to the same conclusion that Nadi did. You don't see any of them around here immediately, and you would probably guess that if they're anywhere, they're in the other legs of the track to interfere around them.
All right. In that case, she will start walking towards one of the other legs of the track.
It'll be a long walk, but you start making your way. Wuya.
Yeah, I guess same. She will message Zin that she got a hold of one of the coordinators.
Zin. Sorry, I heard Vin, and I was like, who?
No, Zin.
Okay.
I called you
Something
so earlier,
family.
so at least
Yeah.
it was only this game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then after that, looking through the crowd to see if there's anybody else she can spot from this angle.
Roll me investigation as well.
It does kind of make sense. We are in the middle of a Fast or Furious kind of situation.
Fair. Yeah. Family.
Yeah. Family.
Yeah, it's all about family.
3 successes.
Yeah, you quickly come to the same conclusion. Nobody in this area appears to be interfering with the race. Everyone here is watching. If there are more eels, as the guy indicated, they're probably spread around the track. Probably in locations where there's going to be more obvious, like with the realization of with everyone else's realization as well. You're probably coming to the conclusion that they will probably be positioned near more obviously dangerous turns and obstacles to avoid to make the most impact on the pilots.
Can Woya figure out, based on the route, where the best possible places would be?
Well, one of them will be the council building.
Okay. So she'll rattle that off to Zin.
Via thing?
Nisa, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, Nadi.
But let's connect everybody. I have one job and I generally do it okay.
You do it pretty well.
You did very well.
I said I didn't want to oversell it as I'm about to roll dice.
Yeah, but I want to oversell it because you're about to roll dice.
Targets are all largely within sight. They are also in an encounter, but you are also in an encounter, but they are also your friends. So you're at a grand total of -3 on difficulty.
Crit fail. Crit fail. Crit fail.
So
I want to know what happens when you crit fail this.
uh,
Came close.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Came real close.
A lot of ones.
I blame Sen.
All right,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I blame me.
It's fine. I'm spending Jesus Christ. Because I need 1, 2,
You need 4 mine to
3.
turn those 2 10s into 12s.
Hold on, I'm doing other math. One. No, just let me do my math.
I'm not gonna mess with your math.
1, 2, 3. So I need 2 more. Okay. Yeah, one. I can't do anything about the ones. I cannot improve those.
Yeah, you can't change the ones, but you can turn.
But I spend 2 to turn the 3 into 5.
Yep.
I spend 2 to turn the 10 into a 12, which gives me another die roll.
Yep, which also gives you another success as well.
All right,
So
so
2
that
successes. So that's.
that gives
you
me a
go
total
from-
of 4,
Yeah, you go to 4.
which is enough because I'm not including the racers in it.
Yes, that is more than enough.
Barely more than enough, but more than enough. All right, we're all together as I keep running.
Thank the Great Spirit.
So yeah, rapidly
Good.
updating everything that I know and everything that Woya's sent me, and that I'm heading towards the reverse way down the track, and let y'all pick your directions as you will.
All go in entirely different directions.
I mean,
This
that
does not sound.
that isn't the bad, because they're spread out. Going in different directions is not a bad idea.
I should definitely be allowed to go on my own.
This is an awful idea. It's Tala's fault. She should have never left Naughty.
I will take Naughty with me.
I already started running in a direction.
yeah.
Never mind.
It's too late.
So because
Call it and you see somebody. Give us coordinates.
because the race is running the race runs east to west because they wanted the council building to be one of the last places that you hit, so it's technically running counterclockwise as far as the circle on the map goes. You running the opposite method
I'm using I'm
means-
using my sled as well to get as much
figured.
speed as I can.
Means that you arrive at the region of the district region of the council building at around the same time that Tawasikik and the other flyers do. And just in time to see a drone open fire.
Can I get a shot off at the drone before it fires?
You know what? Go ahead and make me a ranged attack.
What's the difficulty?
9.
If I throw my spear, is it a ranged attack or a melee attack?
It is still a ranged attack at that point. Also, it's too far away for you to throw your spear.
That's fair.
You will have to use a mag sling.
Diff 9, you said?
9, yeah.
I will spend a point of. I will spend 1 point of mine to turn that 8 into a 9. Hang on a second. That didn't roll the correct number of dice. That's 1 short because I have specialization in mag sling. Hang on. Okay. So 1 point of mine to turn that 8 into a 9. And then
Oh,
it
that
would
was because you
be-
rolled ranged weapons rather than mag sling specifically.
Well, I rolled a ranged attack, and it didn't ask me for this. It didn't. I didn't correct the skill.
You are
2 to
3 dice short.
Am I?
Yes, because that's adding the +2 bonus dice from your max length weapon.
Oh, well, hang on.
Roll 2 more dice. All right.
Okay.
You get 2 more successes.
And
Nice.
and so I spent 1 to turn the 8 into a 9, and I'll spend 1 to turn that 11 into a 12, and roll 1 more detail with a critical success. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Yeah, 6 successes.
Yeah. So you fire off the max sling, and it clips into the side of this thing as it opens fire. It's not destroyed, but you're pretty certain it's not looking great.
Yeah. I'm looking around to see if I can spot it's whoever's piloting it.
You make that investigation on your next turn.
Yeah. Mhm.
You just got here.
And I will
Excellent.
over the mental link found one by the council building, taking fire at the drone.
All right. Your next piloting roll is at +2 difficulty
Okay.
as the flares continue making a problem for you. And now it is your turn.
Okay. 8. I am going for
I believe you're
speed.
above. I believe you're above 12 in difficulty right now.
Yes, that's a 13. Can I even make this roll?
You can set the difficulty to 13.
Okay.
It's very difficult to make things that are above 12, but you technically can.
Okay. All right. Making the piloting check. Let's see here. 13. Yes. No extra dice. 3 successes. But it was, yeah, I set it to 12, but I set it to 13,
Yeah,
but it didn't do it.
That's how difficulties above 12 work.
Okay.
Because you'll notice you didn't even get any successes on those 12s you rolled. Only your critical dice actually counted as successes.
Ah, I see. Interesting. How's the 12? Okay. I don't understand this math. But
When you roll a critical die, when you get a crit on a normal roll, the extra die that you roll is an extra success by itself. And then if you succeed on that roll, it counts as a critical success. So you're getting the 3 successes just because you got 3 crits, not because you got 3 12s. If that makes sense.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
That 12 that you roll for your first critical die gave you another critical die.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. 3 successes somehow.
Yeah, somehow you managed to pull ahead. As you manage to pull ahead in dire circumstances at the end of this lap, because you are finishing the first lap, I would like you to roll me. Let me check your stats real quick.
Yep.
I would like you to roll me your will plus your spirit.
Ooh, okay. Will plus spirit. So this plus 2. 8?
Standard difficulty 8, yes.
Okay. No.
Which you have no mind to spend.
I have 1 mind left. I'm gonna pass out if I do that.
However, you do ignore one of those ones, which means you do get a success on this.
Okay.
Because you have the doll with you, you ignore one of those ones.
Excellent. Okay.
Wow. In this moment, as you feel the tension and the pressure of this race, and the sensation, the thrill, the exhilaration, the flight, again, even under this duress, you realize that some part of you is already back in the feel of the race, and your burden lessens by one.
Ooh. Okay.
And as your burden lessens by one, we will pick up with we'll truncate slightly to make them go by a little faster. But next time around, we will truncate the remaining 2 laps a bit. But we will pick up with the rest of this race next time.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.